But this indie game we're playing today is Citizen Sleeper, which is cyber a cyberpunk anti-capitalist survival simulator. It's actually been a while since I played it because I want to sink like 4 hours at a time into it essentially, so I can beat it in not that many plays. Or that not that many sessions. If I don't beat it this session, I'll probably beat it the next time I play it. This is a TTRPG thing. The game that we most associate with it is like Disco Elysium. Um, Whereas it's not as intricate, I suppose, at least in the sense that Disco Elysium has like all the different drives, and you have like essentially a lot of different characters, and the ways to play the game and to experience the story are like a lot of different fractal shades of, oh, okay, this part of your psyche is talking to you. How do you reach this conclusion? Like, there's a lot of possibilities in those ways that the different, I guess, classes essentially that you can accumulate, like, change the game. Whereas Citizen Sleeper is not is not so heavy a plural uh allegory, though it does definitely have some plural allegory in it, because in it, you are the copy of a person who entered an agreement with a company that essentially goes, we'll like cryo freeze you, and a copy of your consciousness will inhabit a robot body that will do work for our company, and after X amount of years, you get this amount of money, and you get to live at whatever place you want, essentially. Kind of like indentured servitude, but camouflaged as not indentured servitude, because in dehumanizing the copy version of a person, it's like, oh, you're just renting out your labor for a couple of years. Because you get decommissioned after you're done with your service. Because you're not real. But some people escape. And we're one of them. But unfortunately, there's a planned obsolescence. And we need a special drug every so often, or we'll shut down. It's to engender a dependence on the company that made us exist in the first place. This game is about trying to make a life for yourself after surviving an escape from said company. And you can choose whether or not you want to find answers to what the company is doing to people. You can choose to try to live the best life you can and like keep your head down and try to be happy. And you can do lots of other things. I guess the complexity in Citizen Sleeper, as opposed to in Disco Elysium, is there's a multitude of choices of how to live your life, and which people you meet you want to be important to you, how much you'll sacrifice for them, and how much you'll try for them. And just because you try for them doesn't mean you'll succeed. There are plenty of unhappy endings to the stories you'll see. I bummed myself out a little bit, sorry. This reminds me of a show called Severance. A friend of ours has wanted us to watch. Yo! Eh. Which button is it? Still new at this. I cannot recommend Severance enough. You should definitely watch Severance. You will... Severance is so good. We love Severance. It actually is very similar to Severance. Shit, when we do our review of this game, I definitely gotta mention its the relevancy to Severance. Continue. I know that this is my game because I'm at level, or cycle, sorry, I'm on day 26. Whereas I believe this is Thornbite's game that they did off stream. And I know that my starting class was the machinist, the machinist. The cool thing about the class is basically it's just like, oh, what things do you want to like start as proficient in? But you can be proficient in any direction you want as you develop your character after that. Okay, I have one... Okay, so, another explanation. Basically, you have a certain amount of actions every day. And based on your energy levels, the actions are reduced. Right now, I can only have 3 actions a day. If I was at full, I would have 5. I've used up 2 of my actions for the day, and I have 1 action left. The die on my action die basically determines how to put it. My action die determines as opposed to like rolling a die to get a result, the die you have is a particular result already, and past certain thresholds, a die will give you a certain result. So, like, above a 4 is a success, like a 6 is an overwhelming success. You know, that sort of thing. However, even if you have a low die, that can still be useful for 2 reasons. The first reason is... Oh wait, I think I can use this game with controller. I forgot about that. How about I have to restart? Okay. So, low numbered dice are useful for hacking. Because I can connect to the mainframe and like the systems of the space station that I live on. I can hack into people's robotic implants and get data from them. And I can access terminals to get information and things. However, every time I like hack a node, a program that is essentially an antibody for the network is more and more aware of my presence, and after that hunter gauge fills, it will come after me. It's sort of like a story progression kind of thing, as opposed to like you take damage or automatically get a game over. If I don't attend to it, it might end up destroying me. And one of the things that makes my character unique is that I am a sleeper. The types of people that I already mentioned. So I'm somewhat of an anomaly. Most people are human on this station, even if they have robotic implants. I'm basically a runaway slave. So that's a thing. So there's a lot of ways for me to get money. There's a lot of odd jobs I can have. Right now, I'm hoping to get a new apartment. Dystopia Animal Crossing is what it feels like sometimes. I guess also if you like games like Persona, especially if you don't like the dungeon crawling as much and you like the social links thing, this is basically like Persona, but just the social links thing. But as an adult, so you're not in class. You have like I can be a I can do noodle deliveries for money, and also to like scan people that may be involved with a conspiracy that I'm investigating. I used to be able to work in like the ship like repair service in the shipyard. That's actually where my main abode is. Not here. Empty container. This is my home for now. There's a lot of stuff I can do. I think last time I played this, I snuck into somewhere here. Yeah, I tried to steal dock plans so I could know where a lot more things were, but I failed. And certain things have lasting consequences. If you don't pursue certain objectives after a certain amount of time, or if you fail too many times, or even if you just fail once, if you don't have the right stats, you will be locked out of certain decisions, or at the very least certain avenues to do certain things for the rest of the game. This game's wild. Dystopia Animal Crossing. Ooh. Ouch, lol. Okay, I have a 5, so that could be pretty successful anywhere. I actually have the drug I need to like not be fading. But I want to wait a little bit because I don't know when I'll get another one of the drug. The drugs are expensive, and I have a contact for it. God, this sounds like way more like real life than I am comfortable with. This drug I need to not die. Like I have a contact for it, even though it's illegal for me to have it, or illegal for them to sell it at least. And I want to wait because it'll refill my gauge completely. So I want to wait till it's lower, so I'll have more time alive to ensure that I'll be able to work enough to get another one. There's no time nook, unfortunately. I'm locked out of rewiring these drones because I don't have a certain skill. Amber hull repairs. As a machinist, I can do some hull repair and work on this drive. Drives are the names for missions. The ambergris is in delicate condition. It'd be all too easy to push it over into a cascading collapse. That's a negative. That's not what I want. I don't want it to be grounded. Oh, okay, so every time I work on it, it'll go 2 pips up for ship shape, which is what I do want, and it'll go 1 pip up for grounded. So if I fail too many of them, it won't, ship shape won't fill in time, and then it'll be grounded, and I'll have fucked it up. I'm gonna stay away from that for now. I believe the last place I was this bar. Skill broken. Upgrade to repair. I need to use an upgrade point if I want to fix this stat. This broke the last time I almost died because like I said, it's not auto game over when my when my gauge went all the way down from fading to like non-functional, it actually broke one of my skills and then gave me like half energy. And I guess my assumption is after this happens twice, it's game over and you die, or it happens for as many skills as you have, or as many skill tree branches that you have, and then you game over when you can't break anymore. But I don't intend on finding out. Yeah, I'll fix it. So now I can sunbathe again and get energy just from sitting in the sun while resting. Instead of eating. Yes, I am biomechanical, I should say. I still need food. The last place I started going was the Overlook Bar. And I can do a bar shift. I can also buy rations. Tala is as good as her word, and happy to throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. Sure. It's risky, but it's 100% positive. Working! Time flies. Good service. The Overlook clientele can be a tough crowd, but you have Tala's backing, and that means a lot. Tala isn't racist against sleepers. A lot of people are. Or maybe it wouldn't be racist. Syntheticist? I actually don't have any more points to do anything. I need some more materials before I can make this livable. So, oh wait. I actually have another place I can sleep. I forgot about that. I'm part of a commune. Here's the dorm. I can jet stabilizer, but I don't want to yet. I don't have any dice to sunbathe, though that would be nice. But I think the white gauge, I believe, is my food, so I have full food. So that's fine. I'm gonna end the cycle. Or the day. Yeah, I can also, I can work in the commune. I can harvest some food. I can steal food. It's a lot. Oh, hello, Ethan. Oh, so this guy is a bounty hunter who was tracking me for the company, and he came after me, and he actually started blackmailing me. So instead of him hauling me off to the company that I ran away from, he actually extorted me for money to continually pay a bar tab so he could just endlessly drink while he stayed at the station, buying me the precious time I need to do a different mission to turn off the tracking device finally, so no one will come after me again, hopefully. In the meantime, in between time, his alcoholism is saving my life. However, he got so drunk and so complacent that the barkeep actually took the bullets out of his gun. So when he finally got fed up with me, and I got fed up with him, honestly, he couldn't kill me or extort me anymore. And I'm assuming he's here to try to blackmail me more. Let's find out. You miss me? Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you. No? You look at him. He is paler than usual, hunched. He's sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth. That's no way to greet an old friend. Get lost. Ethan's face drops, along with all pretense of friendliness. I don't think you'll want to hear this, Sleeper. I think, he says, rapidly shaking his head. You'll really want to hear this. Hear what? Ethan perks up. This is big, really big stuff. About you. He seems more jittery than usual, on edge. You remember how Ethan Arp canceled the contract on you? The contract I was gonna collect? I remember. Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me? I lost everything. But let's not worry about that. He smiles sarcastically. And so, what do you think that was? Well, it was, except... Ethan leaves for a dramatic pause. What if OS and ARP gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who is even more of a shithead than yours truly. He smiles darkly. What a disaster that would be. You're bluffing. Sure, you could think that. But then you'll wake up, or not, with a bullet in your head one of these cycles. And if you could think, which you won't be able to because of the bullet, you'll be thinking, oh, I wish I listened to Ethan. He grins. Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper. I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues. And what went down? And it turns out SNR canceled all their bounty contracts. The whole lot. It seems they bought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well on their last contract that they got offered a job. He leans in. Apparently he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. He was smuggling sleepers out from under Eastern RP's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew up the ship. They called him Hemwick. Or Maywick. Or something. He gives up looking for the paper. I forget. You mean Winterlight? That's it! He looks at you hard. So you do know about all this. He pats you on the shoulder. Then you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you. Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair. Give this new information I've brought to light. It seems like you're in need of protection. I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. It turns out I upset some people at the compressor the last time we were there. The owners, they say they'll space me unless I work off the debt. Seems they're that kind of businessman. He grimaces. I would pay them, but... He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out. In a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful, even more so than his clownish acting. Then work it off. You should be glad, the anger rising in him now, that I came here and told you this. You think anyone is looking out for you? You're a contract, a name on a list. He kicks a wall. Ethan rubs his temples. I'm sorry, he hisses. I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you, and whacking that thick skull of yours. Yeah. But I think I want to go up against... But you think I want to go up against this guy? But us. He jabs a finger between the two of you. You don't have a choice. So you keep me from getting killed, and I'll do the same for you. We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal. He looks at you. I'm not asking for a favor. I'll think about it. Ethan nods. I'm at the compressor every cycle, working. Just think about Maywick. Think about the cold-eyed SNR shit on his way here from the core systems. That should give you the motivation you need. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder. Can't wait to be working with you. Wow, I really, really don't like that guy. Had to sneak into the internet again to watch stream. You're a bad influence, Echo. Mm. I mean, look me in the eyes and tell me that this looks like a good influence. Your parents will hate me. Let's go to the other world. Let's see. Huh? Greenway Gate. I don't have a cipher for that. Let's go across the bridge. I can steal some data from you. I can steal some data from you. I don't have a 2. And this one needs a 2. So I'll just do the Yadigan agent. Some gang enforcers' implants are chirping out comm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. Thank you. Like taking candy from a baby, honestly. I think I'll do a bar shift. There's a chance it'll be negative. So why not ensure it's positive? Yeah, I got some good food too. Okay, so I have a few ways I can like try to do things. So these are my active drives. Work for Rabia. So the same kind of gangster I just stole information from is the gang that I can work for and get protection when that enforcer comes. Yadigan Insider. However you feel about the Yadigan, it seems working with Rabia is your best chance of getting insight into the organization. So actually, that's not what my current drive will do yet. It's a Nets drive. I know that from Thorn's playthrough. Oh, the fact that my parents will hate you only endears me more to you. Oh, well. Being a bad influence sounds like a compliment then. I don't have anything for Caster right now. The stories of the Yaigan are brutal, but I want the truth. A vial of stabilizer. Gosh. Yeah, I have a lot. I have actually had more than one contact for a stabilizer. The thing that keeps me alive. Why don't I do a noodle run? Oh, wait. I think I finished that part of that drive already, where I was getting information. Street food stall. Order fungus. There's a chance for a negative outcome. Waiting for Fang. Why did you always have to wait for Fang? What's going... when is he going to be the one waiting for you? Okay, so this mission will unlock in a couple of cycles. That's a rendezvous. How many members are expected to turn up for work assignment? I get energy? I'm not low on energy though. Definitely not worth it. Yadigan operates on an in-kind basis, you are told, and the tithes of goods or services must be collected in exchange for protection and administration. Alright, I'm willing to mess this up a little bit. Okay, I got some energy and I got a pip. Nothing bad about that. Yeah, I don't want to sleep in the shipyard. So the reason I don't want to sleep in the shipyard, even though it's closer, is that I was working in the shipyard and the Winter Light, the ship that I came in on, I'm assuming, you know, or I was going to come in on, got, you know, destroyed, and the person I was working for knew about that and was worried about if I draw too much attention to him when Yadigan, not Yadigan, Yadigan is the gangsters, when the company that made me, or made my body at least, and copied my consciousness, comes for me. Which, it kind of makes sense that he doesn't want to be around when someone comes to kill me, but, like, he also wanted me the fuck out of his yard other than to sleep, and, you know, I'm not a big fan of, staying where I'm not wanted. Not big on that. So I'll sleep in the commune. Oh wow, there's actually a cycle clock for Maywick. Ethan says Maywick is on their way. You'll need to leave the station, get protection, or disable your tracker before they arrive. I have a lot of cycles to do it. So I can actually skip that whole thingy, and when Maywick arrives, I can have protection as long as I'm far enough in the yacht again. I'm declining. I have enough to buy some stabilizer though. I'm still gonna wait. I have 2 sitzes, so that means I'll ace anything I'm good at or anything I'm neutral at, and I'll probably be in a good shape to do almost anything I'm bad at. I want to finish good service to get me access to, I believe it'll be better food. Fuck it. Just finish it out. I get some food too. The Grioli slides from the bottle into the lumpy recycled glass, a pale glassy yellow under the overlook's warm lights. The spacer nods and takes a drink, bringing it up to their face with both hands like an offering bowl. This is the good stuff. The stuff Tatala says is aged in wooden casks. Store it in some closed-off part of the old station, among corroded wires and softly looping systems. Though sometimes it's hard to tell if Tala is joking. Either way, you like pouring this stuff. It gets on your fingers, and if you rub them together, you can smell the mossy drink, cut through the aniseed, mushrooms, and wood as the alcohol evaporates. You like those who order it too. The aged griot is kept underneath the bar, open to order only by those who know it's there, like the quiet spacer sitting at the bar right now. Watch the spacer. They are far enough away that you can freely watch them as they close the bottle and tuck it beneath the bar. You call them a spacer because they bear the hallmarks. Pale, vac-suited, bird bone and hunched beneath the weight of the station's spin gravity. But the closer you look, the less you see the type. Pale eyes, almost gray, but kind. Delicate fingers that lightly drum the bar if it was an instrument. A shock of black hair almost covering a forehead scar. Scars are something you have learned to value. They're what marks out your body from the hundreds, maybe thousands, who knows, of similar models that rolled out of SNARP's biolabs. You find yourself rubbing one on your forearm. A rough little split, something that on the good days you might think of as a mark of defiance. Suddenly, you hear a heavy clunking at the door. It creaks open and a small cylindrical metal tank tumbles through, slamming into the floor. Shit! Tala breezes in from behind it, a whirl of hair and bright eyes. Shit, shit, shit! Tala? Sleeper! She ducks beneath the bar and comes over. Can you help with this? You look at the huge metal tank suspiciously. How'd you get that up here? Tala puts a hand on her hip. Are you gonna help me or what? You come around the bar and get to one side of the tank. Okay. Oh, okay, says Tala. On my count. 1, 2, 3. You both heave the tank up to standing. Somehow you hold it in place, struggling to keep it steady. Tala? In the back! Oh. In the back comes a voice from behind the tank. Somehow you manage to lug the huge thing into the back room, where you place it in one corner, wafting the rest of the contents in the cramped space as you hear a crunch. You stand back and look at the expired rations oozing out from under the tank. Oh shit! Tala looks at you apologetically. I know you like those. That's okay. You push the crushed rations to one side. That's the end of it. Tala looks exhausted and rubs her shoulders. Francis, I swear to... Francis? Francis! Francis, I mentioned him already. My guy on the door deals with suppliers. Tail? He was supposed to be back from Elaine's up to Greenway by now. Back with our Grioli. She leans against the tank. It seems like he's got lost again or joined the hypercommune. Nothing wrong with joining the hypercommune. I'm part of the hypercommune. We need the Grioli. There's 4 other bars near here, and the spacers sure as hell don't come to overlook for the ambience. She looks to the open door to check if anyone can hear her. She knocks on the hollow tank. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. Welcome, Sleeper, to the Overlook Distillery. You look around the dank back room. Need some work. She picks at the paint flaking from the metal walls. Well, you might need some help though, she shrugs. I might need some help though. You up for it? She knocks on the tank again. Could be fun. Happy to help. Okay. She grabs you by the shoulders. I'm excited. She turns and looks at the tank. I reckon we chop this thing in half. One half for fermentation and the other one we turn into a still. We'll also need to gather the ingredients. She turns back and looks at you. You look more like a chopper than a gatherer. She smiles. So how about you build the still and tub while I work on the rest? Oh, wait, Sleeper. I have an idea. Tala is grinning now, and it's making you nervous. To make up for the rations, how about we put a kitchen in here too? Will it fit? We'll make it work. She turns back to the tank. This is gonna be great, she says to herself. You look at the dented tank in the bare room. At least she has a vision. Tala nudges you out of the back room and closes the door. As you go back to the bar, you hear the banging and thumping begin. The spacer fills their drink and nods in your direction as they leave. You can't quite tell if it's a gesture of sympathy or good luck. So much for a quiet shift. New drive! Grow mushrooms. The aviary would be perfect place to grow mushrooms. With some work, that is. Alright, I don't have any more dice left. I'm declining though. This is gonna be my last rest before I take my one stabilizer I have. So that means I'll start this next cycle with only 2. Yes. Take my stabilizer in the morning. Without regular stabilizer, you feel the stabilizer fizzing inside you, the artificial muscles cramping in sequence. So it's like the most planned obsolescence thing there is. It doesn't need to be there. It's literally, my body will reject my fucking organs if it doesn't get the right signals for long enough. So the stabilizer is literally to tell my organs to, like, not kill me? Or tell my body not to kill my organs. I don't know which one I want to say. One of the books in my survival bundle is on moonshining. It's a fascinating process. Moonshining? Oh, you mean like making moonshine, like the drink? Gosh. Gotta be careful with that or you'll go blind. I can patrol the ward. Or I can collect tithes. It's weird that a gang has ties, but you know, I'm not gonna question it. I'm trying to join this cult, I guess. Rabia is like Vin Diesel, but you gotta earn the title of family. I guess you have to earn the title of family for a lot of people. It's funny, the Fast movies, the Fast and Furious movies, are the most heterosexual, is one of the most heterosexual things in the known universe, but its concept of found family is incredibly queer. Okay, so an overlook bar, I can do a bar shift or I can build the still. I am an engineer, so it could go bad. You'll need to cut Tala's tank down and turn it into a still and fermentation tub, as well as setting up the room for distilling. It's a big job. The only negative thing I can get from this is I lose energy. So that's good. I lost energy. The job seems impossible. The tank is too dented. The room is too small. You give up after a while. What is Tala thinking? You aren't sure Tala knows what she's doing, but she is a hard person to say no to. So it looks like you're building this thing. Well, I failed my first try. But I was already tired, so tomorrow I can go at it with full fervor. So the things I want to focus on are essentially building this tank, and working for the gangsters so that I can. Oh my god, I'm starving. I'm gonna sunbathe. Endure. Negative outcome. I did get a little bit of energy though. I'm stable. I should buy food. I have enough. Where's that stall I like? I really gotta give him some mushrooms. Although at the same time, thinking like a proper bohemian, if I do a shift at the bar, I can make money and get to eat. So I'm gonna do that. I actually didn't get energy that time. Can't fail. Build the bar. Or build the distillery. Minus energy. Starving again. I do get energy for this. Please don't fail. Please don't fail. Please don't fail. Okay. If I go to sleep like this, when I wake up, I'll be really hungry, so... Actually, the cheapest thing I can do is buy rations. They taste like shit, but, you know. Oh, actually, that's not even an option right now. It got replaced by building the distillery. So I'll go to Emphasis Stall. He makes really good food. You should visit it sometime. He makes mushrooms to die for. Ephinus's spice fungus is one of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. Oh, fungus fan. Alright, now I can go to bed. I'm thinking of the fucking song from, was it Rent? 6,000, 2,500, 600 minutes. 6,000, 2,500 moments, oh dear. 6,000, 2,500, 616 minutes. How do you measure a year? Alright, got another pip. Okay, this can only go good. Oh, I even got some food. That worked out. And let's steal some data. It'll be useful later. I don't have any ones anymore. I don't think I want to hack anymore. That might be a mistake. Let's see. My options for this are enter the spoke, a tangled network of service passages, and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke as if it were a hive. There are no maps here. So I'm neutral in this, but I have a +1 on this. And I'll just lose energy if I do a bad roll. Spoke climber. The spoke is layer after layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically. So it's not just like just walking around like a normal neighborhood. You have to actually like navigate the area to be able to actually interact with certain parts of the map. You spent hours on the staircase that never seems to end. When you reach the peak, the view is incredible, but you feel the pain. I'm becoming a spoke climber. Alright, well, that's it for this cycle. It's good to mix things up. Don't want to throw all my birds in one basket. Oh, time for Fang. I'll end my cycle with whatever Fang wants to do. So I'm gonna use my 4 on building the still. I want to use a few of these on Rabia. I'm starving. That'll affect my rolls. Grab some food. I'll take a risky roll. Hell of a day, just not going my way. Flickering. I'll do some sunbathing. And let's meet Fang. Want to keep a sits roll just in case. When into the service deck, Fang is already set up, crouched among the stacks of equipment. He's leaning over a terminal bathed in blue light. He looks totally at home. Sleeper! What do you think? Turns out not everyone in the Havern Age is set against me. Wait. Okay, no, that hasn't ended the quote. Sleeper! What do you think? Turns out not everyone in the Havern Age is against me. A couple of old system pals managed to ship me some of my old gear. He gestures at the pile of blinking software. Nice kit. Fang does a mock bow. Any upgrades? Fang beckons you over. He has a set of scans on the waist on his terminal with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy in a bright red and orange marks. Does this look like a wasteland to you? Fang shakes his head. There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them. Hardin has a crew out there putting them together. He must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for their assembly out here. Machines? That's Conway's whole thing. Remote operated vehicles, drones, cutters, salvage haulers, the full set. Maybe Hardin masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the waste, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye. Fang looks worried. And why Conway is in the mix? And why is Conway in the mix? I bet no one in the Havern Age knows another corporation is setting up on this station. They ain't stupid either. These scans are the best info I can get. The wastes are cut off from the eye's cloud of networks, and the Greenway is a total dark zone. No data can come in or out. We can't hack them? We can't from here. He turns and winks. That's why I'm gonna pay them a visit. Too risky. You forget Havern Age come in and out of there all cycle. I should be able to get in. As long as no one I know sees me. He grimaces playfully. But I need you on the outside to help disable security systems and cut me a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network and we can work in tandem. It's a massive facility buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars. So, it'll take more than a few cycles to work through it. But as long as you keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there. He pulls a handful of ripper worms from his pocket and hands you them. These are the last of my tiny helpers I managed to salvage. So make them count. I modify them slightly this time. They'll feed their data threads back into the system when they're tunneling into, creating a nasty little feedback loop. We run it just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes, I ping the locale ports for the security system, then slot the worms in the systems and let them go to town. He points at a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal. Here's the entryway. This is where you get access and slot the first worm. We'll fry the perimeter systems and get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, a server bank? You need to break in and slide a ripper to disable as soon as you can. If I can't? Fang gives you a hard look. You miss a system, you wait too long? They're gonna find me, simple as that. He claps you on the shoulder. I need you focused on this one too, so I'm gonna let you fire the starting gun. I won't go until you slot the first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats you on the top of the screen. He affectionately pats the top of the screen. I don't want to get pets at all. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here so you can come back here if you want to see my progress. He affectionately pats the top of the screen. Got it. Don't worry. You can run rings around their protocols. I've seen it. Fang gets up. It's all set in place. You just need to make your own preparations and slot the worm. He stretches. Don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around. Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need to end this whole thing, no matter what. He crouches to check the terminal. We can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that. He stands up. Oh, and one last thing. He lowers his voice. If I get caught, or you can't reach me, or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do. Don't talk like that. Just listen. You never seen Fang so serious. You take whatever I have managed to pull up to that point, all the data. You slot that stuff straight into the relay I've set up here. He points to a pile of servers and terminals, hooked into the dock with cables as thick as your arm. I repurposed the dock SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, or a server on the eye will see it. That means Havernage, Yadigan, the hub, everyone. No matter what, Hardin isn't shaken away this time. I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slide in the first worm, I'll make my move. He gives you a parting smile and turns to the terminal. The nerves hit you as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself. Yay! If I fuck up, my friend dies. And he won't be able to disable my tracker, so I'll have to rely on the Yadigan. Apples? What about apples? There's some sort of protection against just giving away PDFs, but other than that, I'd love to, lol. Huh. We've never run into that problem. Maybe it's a skill issue. This is where I slot in a Ripper Worm. Don't want to do that just yet. Maybe I don't want to think about how if I don't do this mission right, my friend will die. Maybe I'll just do some work at the Overlook. Keep my mind off it for a little bit. And let's give you some of these. What are the old guard up to these days, I wonder? I have a ship mine for you if you indulge my curiosity. Here's some Havernage chatter data. I have a ship mine core. That's useful. I don't think I have enough Yadigan data. Nope. I can't. I do have enough money to buy another stabilizer. And why not? I'll use up basically the last of my money to eat. Gonna need my strength for tomorrow. Whee! I mean, I imagine there's some sort of protection against just giving away PDFs, but other than that, I love to. Erlen's comment is because you said, I wouldn't want to put all my birds in one basket, which is adorable. I think it's typically eggs, though. Oh, yeah, usually eggs, not apples. Now I kind of want a Dutch apple pie from McDonald's. Not sponsored. Now I want McDonald's. I'm sorry. I've made you so hungry. Gosh, if I want a pie, I have to make one. Well, I guess we go to the store. I don't want to go to the store though. Not right now. Though I'm imagining you with like a basket filled with baby chicks. Portable chicken nuggets. Emergency rations. Cut away the choking vein, stop the rot, and this place could be turned back into a garden of sorts. That might be useful for a certain thing. But I need to stay focused. I'm almost done working on the distillery. I'll finish that net cycle. Got some scrap components, that's good. I can trade that for stuff. As you say your goodbyes to the other enforcers, you walk back through the low end. A chirping catches your attention. In a quiet corridor away from the main thoroughfare, someone has snuck a small recorder to the wall with suit sealant tape. Written across the fluorescent tape is one word: sleeper. You peel it away from the wall, and as you do, it triggers some kind of improvised trip switch. Sleeper. Sabayan's voice crackles through. I've seen you with the Yadigan members. Are they holding you captive now too? I'm sorry I've dragged you into this. Do not trust them. Something is happening within the gang. Some kind of power struggle. You cover the speaker a little, their voice too loud in the quiet corridor. I'll come soon. Thanks to your efforts, I have located most of their properties. At the right time, I pause. I will see you soon. Don't give up. Remember our deal. The recording cuts out. You stare at the recorder, processing what you just heard. Hearing Sabine's voice again opens up something inside you. An SNARP employee. Do you know what I know? You struggle with a mix of concern and distrust. You throw the recorder into a nearby waste chute as you leave the corridor, still unsure who to trust, and head quietly out the low end. So, to understand the context of that, Sabine was the doctor who was originally giving me the drug that keeps me alive, and the office that she worked at still gives it to me. And she actually, they actually gave me my first one for free, which was good and based actually. However, they've been working for the Yatagan, who kind of control specifically this strip of the Eye. The Eye being the name of this space station. Like how Fang mentioned, the different kinds of people who will see the SOS message if and when it goes out. The Yatagan control part of the Eye. They're one of the major factions. So they control a lot of the seedy stuff. They control the black market. They also are a gang in, I guess, one of like the purest sense of like they are protecting people. I would expect them to like stand arm outside of drag shows to make sure that the Christian nationalists don't come in and like wreck the joint or something. That's the vibe they give me. But like they have access to Asen Arp's chemical that keeps me alive, so I have to be relying on them at least to some degree. And anyone who has access to it, I should be kind of cautious of in the first place, because that means they have some connection to that corporation. If you're stealing it, if it fell off the back of a truck, you need to have approved to be behind the truck. Sabine used to work for SNARP and is trying to maybe whistleblow, it seems. But they're caught between that company and the Yatagan. The Yatagan, who they seem to have run out on while still owing a favor. And you know, you don't run from gangsters that you owe a favor. Not unless you want them to blow a hole in your head. Their strawberry pies are amazing as well. Oh yeah, McDonald's does have strawberry pies. Pie. You know it's bad since I just ate like 15 pizza rolls. My stomach just created a black hole and was like, hungry again, teehee. I mean, sometimes good food just, you know, pulls you in. It's called a carrot on a stick for a reason, I suppose. I love baby chickens. Everyone thinks they're cute, but chickens have like this permanent rebellious glare. They have attitude. Now I'm thinking of Power Rangers, but like chickens. In the first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it was like, oh, Alpha, we need five teenagers with attitude. And it's like, we need 5 chickens with attitude. That's where my brain went. Though I guess my brain needs to go to sleep now, because I have no more energy to do anything. Not gonna use the stabilizer quite yet. I'm gonna wait at least 2 more cycles. Definitely need some energy. This is a day I spend a lot of time on the internet. Oh, I even got some money. I'm like a digital pickpocket. Alright, this next one's gonna bring down the band hammer, but I'm sure I'll be able to dodge it. I don't want to have to worry about this thing interrupting me when I'm trying to help out Fang. So it should interrupt me now. Oh. It's not interrupting me yet. Alright, well, I'll have to fill the gauge again to worry about. I should be safe at least for now. One more cycle and this ship will leave. You and the merchants know these fragments are overpriced, but they're willing to admit it. You'll get one chance to see. Oh, I would love a discount, but too big of a chance. I think. Not where I'm trying to go. I couldn't get there on controller for some reason. Okay, I actually need to finish fixing the ship before giving its captain the ship mind. I was like, I can just give the ship mine away right now, but not yet. I think. I'm just enough to get some street food. Let's do a risky job and collect some tithes. Nice. Okay, next cycle, I think I'll start helping Fang, maybe? Strawberry pizza's not too bad either. Alright, these are some good ones. No, I'll help Fang first. Sliding in the first worm. As you slot the worm, a thread jumps out of the facility and spools in front of you, releasing its data like ink and water. Sleeper! Fang's voice crackles through. Moving in! Note them ports. A whirl of interference. Slot the worms! Timer starts now. Stay safe. The thread dissipates, and you're on your own now. This node is linked to the outer security layer. Fang must be struggling to get through. Oh, I have a 3. There we go. F1 port located. slot ripper worm. Security layer disabled. Okay. The inner S layer security is more complex. One more access point won't be enough to locate the port. Oh, I needed a 5 too. Huh. Time to break some ice. I even get a little money on the side. Both the S layer nodes need to be extracted before the port will open. Is there time? Hopefully, because I can't do that today because I don't have a 4. I did my best for today. As long as I don't go 6 days without doing any, he'll be fine. I'll do some tide collecting, and then I'll finish building that distillery. Here we go. Yeah, you know how people put pineapple on pizza? You can also put strawberries on pizza. You know, if you're brave enough. Tala come to help you for a bit, and chats to you about her plans for the Overlook. A second pair of hands makes the work go easier. Tala stands back from the newly finished steel and tub, hands on hips. Look at this! She grins. The Overlook Distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you! How's sourcing ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I've got most of it covered between the food factories in the low end and the farm stacks in the Greenway. However, there is an issue. What's the problem? Well, Grioli the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Grioli the mushroom. That's where it gets its golden color and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need Grioli caps to make Grioli. But no one wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across the Founders Gap. However, I have an idea. We can grow our Grioli caps here. She gestures at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. I can bring you mushrooms. Tala gives you a pitying look. Where's your vision? Any outside supplier means they take a cut. Okay, maybe not you, but someone, somewhere takes a cut. Tala puts a hand on the still. We make a still? We set all this up? How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They barely need soil. We can do this. She pauses. Or at least we could. If we had something to grow them from. Like spores? Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You built the still. You're great with plants. You know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Don't be modest. She pats you on the shoulder. Look, I can't leave the bar and other people are picking up shifts. She grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Fine. Wonderful! You'll love it over on the Greenway, I think. All the fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. She turns back to look at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It's really something though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. That feels good. Also, it's funny because I literally live on the Greenway, but she doesn't know that. The game won't acknowledge that part. So I need to bring her spores. That's not the only person I need to bring mushrooms for. I'm gonna have to start cultivating mushrooms very quickly. It is definitely like life in a way. Multitasking, trying not to let too many of your drives slack. Wow. Something something pizza tower? In other news, I've been watching Infinity Train and it's fantastic. Ah, have you gotten to the death yet? I hear there's a lot of good death in it. Very good show. The game Pizza Tower has an enemy called the Swedish Monkey, which is a reference to how Swedes will put banana slices on their pizza. Ooh, I'd love to try some banana on my pizza. Some banana, some garlic. Ooh, I might caramelize the bananas first though. Strawberry and banana pizza. Let's go. I don't have a 4 still. What button is it? I want to look at my level up stuff. Here it is. I don't have any upgrade points though. I thought there was an upgrade that would help me with the hacking, but there doesn't seem anything. That instant karma that'll allow me to reroll all of my dice once per cycle, that will be incredibly useful. But I need 3 upgrade points to do it. I get upgrade points by completing drives. I'm starving. And I need literally 1 more money if I want to get, if I want to buy, mushrooms from my mushroom cooking friend. So I'll do a bar shift, and there's a possibility I might even get a little bit of food. No food, only money. These ones aren't super useful to me, but I can't waste them. So I have to do something that doesn't have a huge penalty for losing. I cannot forage for fungus, but I can try to collect spores. Double negative outcome. What's this one? The timer on the terminal. Right, okay. 6 days. Okay, I shouldn't go to sleep starving. I do think I have some scrap that I can sell that I'll be able to eat with. Let's see. Or exchange. Sell components. Okay. Woo! Being Poor Simulator 2023. Double negative outcome me, bro. Well, you know we love our bad ends around here. I think I told this story before, but growing up, I always thought the pineapple slices were like little cartoon cheese wedges. So I found so I will always order cheese pizza hoping to get little cheese wedges, but they would never come. Oh god, that's adorable. Still no 4. Fuck. Better do what I can. I know this is probably something I shouldn't be spending my precious time on, but I wanted to do at least something that wasn't my main drive. The eye gun actually really taking care of me because I also get scrap from doing the from doing tithe collection work that lets me sell components for money. I can almost sell enough money for more suppressant. All I'm doing is eating mushrooms and not collecting them, though. Okay, I have to use stabilizer because I need a full roll's worth, hoping to get a 4. I do not want Fang to die on me because I couldn't get a fucking 4. Still no 4. Fuck me. 3 days left. Better luck tomorrow. One merchant throws you out into the street, shouting about the parasites. You look into the other enforcers, but it's unclear if she'll face retribution. I see. It's like, I'm collecting tithes. No, fuck. I've been collecting collection money this entire time. They call it tithes to make it sound better. Fucking Christ. When you work for gangsters, This time you meet inside Rabia's office. Although now that you've seen it, office seems like the wrong term. You and her stood in an almost bare, shadowy unit. Midway through a sequence of stretches, there are 2 low stools and a terminal in the corner. But it seems most of the space is taken up by a heavy punching bag, rubber matting, and a stack of weights. When Rabia turns to greet you, you realize she's missing an arm. The prosthetic she usually wears is set on the cradle near the terminal, a web of colored wires running to it. Updates? Wait, maybe... Updates? 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 She says, noticing you looking where her artificial arm usually is. Nothing to worry yourself with. Of course. Sit, says Rabia, gesturing to the 2 diminutive stools. You both settle on the stools, Rabia crossing her legs on top and sitting straight-backed. Gia told me you had been doing the rounds, collecting tithes, patrolling the ward. She smiles. Some of the enforcers are impressed. And I hear you handled a few difficult circumstances. Nicely done. I wanted to see for myself. She raised an eyebrow. See what for yourself? If I can trust you. I see. Rabia flexes her neck from side to side. And the conclusion? Still deciding. Well, Sleeper, please keep us updated on any progress. She smiles a thin smile. Joking aside, I know that for you, life on the Eye has been a struggle. But I hope we can do something about that from here onwards. Though some of our members may not see it this way, I know you too are a refugee. She looks at you solemnly. This is why you have to come to us. Enough, Rabia! Sabine's voice cuts through the conversation. I'm tired of listening to your affected nobility. They cross the room, Rabia's baton in their hand, the end lit with sparking electricity. Rabia looks between the two of you. I suppose this ambush was another cooperation between you two? She looks strangely unfazed. No, they were acting alone. Sanbian pauses, thrown off for a moment by your renunciation. Rabia takes the opportunity to act. She leaps from the stool, fainting past Sabine, grabs the baton and twists it inwards. She is by far the stronger, and she pushes Sabine to their knees, pushing the crackling end of the baton towards their chest. They freeze there, Sabine struggling to keep the crackling baton from their skin. Stop! Then you support them? Rabia asks you, her eyes not leaving Sabine. Your loyalties are so easily swayed. I thought you were more than Yannick's attack dog, Rabia. Sabine spits back. Are you not able to think for yourself? Rabia holds the baton strong, and for a moment you think she's about to hammer it down into Sabine's chest. But after a painful wait, she throws Sabine down instead, then spins the baton in her hand, thumbing a switch and shutting it off in a single move. Rabia, explain? They both look at you, each still catching their breath as if they have forgotten their presence. Explain what? How the moment I call my forces, they'll come down here and take them away? Rabia cracks her neck. You lucky I didn't kill you. I would have had every right. Every right! She shouts, the anger a release of tension more than a threat. Sabine lifts herself a little. Bruised from the fall, they roll into their side and cough. Rabia gives them some space, sitting back on the stool. Sabine props himself up on their elbows and fixes Rabia with a hard stare. You got something to say? Rabia taunts. Say it. This is your final opportunity, because after this, there's no coming back. What's the point? Sabine breathes heavily. She refuses to listen to criticism of the Great Yadigan Project. Rabia collects herself. Speak. She folds her arms and waits to be convinced. Sabine takes a breath, organizing their thoughts. They go to start, pause, and then decide on another approach. Eventually they say, Yannick is a traitor. Rabia immediately flinches, her eyes going to the prosthetic arm, her muscles clenching, but she rides it out, more eager to prove Sabine wrong than she is to hurt them, at least for now. When I came here from Essenarp, they glance at you, gauging your reaction. It was Yannick who was the one of the first to support me, to look after me. I should have known then, but I was naive and afraid. Sabine turns to you. Sleeper. They take a breath. I know I should have told you I worked for Essenarp long ago, but I thought you would abandon me. And you are my final friend. What you should know is that I left Essenarp because I was running for my life. I leaked documents on the Sleeper program, on the illegal and immoral practices it relied on, to the press. Essenarp wanted me dead, and I fled as far as I could to this refuge at the edge of the surrogate systems. Sabine stops to collect themselves. What does this have to do with Yannick? Rabia interrupts. The Sleeper knows you're Essenarp, and I told them, and while you hide beneath the cover of being a whistleblower, you and I both know you worked on the Sleeper program. Yannick told me as much. Sabine's face falls. It is true. They glance at you and then away, ashamed. They lift their head. But it's Yannick, not me, who is in the pocket of Essenarp. Rabia flinches again. I can prove it. He made some kind of deal to keep me here, to tie me up in debt, to lock me away. In exchange, Rabia slams her hand on the desk. Just tell us, for God's sake! In exchange for those, Sabine finishes, nodding towards Rabia's prosthetic arm in its cradle. He has been using Yadigan enforcers, using you as test subjects for SNRP's technology. I have the data to prove it. He's been bringing them in under the guise of stolen shipments and having me fit them, knowing each one is capturing data and sending them back to the makers. Rabia's Fit's expression has started to fade. Sabine produces a slate. It's all here. Thousands of hours of usage data, failure rates, error dumps. They're untested. These are untested implants, Rabia. They can short out, fail, cause cascading failures across a person's body. And they have. Sabine suddenly looks incredibly tired. I thought the error rate in the units was down to them being stolen or modified. I've tried to fix hundreds of failures in my time here. Not all of them. They stop, unable to continue. Rabia closes her eyes and breathes in, then opens them up again and holds out a hand to Sabine. Show me. Later, much later, when you leave, Sabine is still taking Rabia through the manifest and usage data, both of them crowded around the terminal as Sabine leads Rabia through each layer of Yannick betrayal. As you leave, Sabine catches your eye and something passes between you. Something like a thank you or a sorry, or some other expression in communication that communicates both sadness and hope. Whew! Finish the drive. So actually what happened when you were like, what happened? It was a drive. I finished a drive of like getting getting Yadigan to trust me. So I want to upgrade the reroll. I'll need 2 more points to actually get it. I don't know how soon I'll be able to do any other drives. It's risky, but I'll try it. Spoke Climber. Ice Climbers. Oh, I just need IL scrap for this? There we go. Oh. With all the materials, the unit now needs a ceiling section, and a section that's usable. It's a laborious task, but the outcome is worth it. Gosh, I don't have that many more components to sell. I'm glad I didn't sell too many before I use it to work on that apartment. What's this place? I can steal shipments, or midline runs automate a freight down from the free spoke. They need skilled operators, and you don't have to lift a single crate. Ah. A new job option. I can sell a ship mine and get a lot of fucking money. But I think I'll keep that. I can buy a ship mine core for 300. Why not one more climb? Got it. The Ascension car. Take the Ascender car to the Eye Central Hub. Ascend! The hub. Station main dock. So I can do spacer socializing. The hub is is thronging with spacers from across the surrogate systems. They can be a prickly bunch, but they know the place well. And access manifests. The Stag Bays house a flow of incoming and outgoing ships. The digital manifest will help you get your head around this place. So I actually have to spend time to actually figure out how to navigate this place. So I can do it at the cost of energy or the cost of money. Good to know. Forage for fungus. Grilly caps. I still need spores though. Not a lot to do with my one. So I'll use this for energy. And then the cycle. Finally got a 4. Fuck yes. Alright, let's make sure our friend don't die. Sorry it took so long, Fang. I got you. Sorry you were stuck in there for days. Slot the Ripper Worm. Extra layer disabled. Whoa, that's a lot of notes. Me a 5. Which I have. Gonna need another set. Two more days. Fang Main's terminal shows you how far he's progressed through the facility. The deeper the better. Rabia's office. Rabia and Sabine have been holed up in our office for a while now. What are they planning? So at the same time that whatever they're planning comes to fruition is the same time that Fang will be out of time. I was hoping for a Yadigan agent, because then I'll be able to buy some more, or I should say trade. I'll be able to trade this data for some, stabilizer. Some gang of forces and flanks are tripping out some comm signals. Time to see what they're talking about. There doesn't seem to be any consequence to hacking that data, luckily. Caster's table. The story is about Yadigan and Brutal, but I want the truth. A vial of stabilizer should provide the motivation. Here you go. That's enough for now, Sleeper. I have other things to attend to. I don't know if there's some timer that has to do with what he's up to. Gotta work. Gotta work to eat. Okay, I'll need some sitters. Hopefully I'll get them next cycle. Bite slip. Bite slip, bite slip. No sits this cycle. Tomorrow will be it. I should double check just to make sure there's nothing else I can lock into. Yeah. I literally only need to slot in one more Ripper Worm. Hopefully tomorrow will still count. A glint, like a light traveling along the edge of a wave, fills your eyes. Then the blade follows. A long head with two dead sockets slipping towards you in silence. You freeze, hoping it will pass you by, hoping it will not simply slice through you like air. The blade head nears, slides past you. Almost. It nicks you, grazes you. You're desperate to cry out, to call out. But you hold your silence and simply watch the blind eyes of the killer glide past, empty of all thought. Then the blade winks into the dark, and you're alone again. The cloud, and the data ghost of the eye. Now, you cry out. A node connected to the remote array, and it buzzes as it picks up the drive, signatures of passing ships. Complete sequence. Snow is barely visible. Data extracted. And that one's a six. I don't know if those nodes are gonna help or helping. Sometimes you just don't have any control over what's gonna happen. I guess I have to be okay with that. Got some spores. Got some more spores. Got some more spores. Okay. Well, at the very least, in the part of the mission that's not life or death, let's do this. They're so cute, Tala says, looking at the container of spores. Her excitement is infectious. Tala wants to set up a mushroom farm to feed the distillery. All she needs from you are some spores to start her off. Tala has enough spores now. Time to put the overlooked distillery into action. First batch. Tala's locked herself away in the back room while she focuses on the distilling. She won't let anyone in or out. Love me some mushroom queers. Also got caught up with Diminish as well. It's been losing viewership, which is understandable because Act 2 is very, very slow. And the series is already very slow. Oh yeah, Diminish. We really need to catch up on that as well. Slow burn is good though. It's a very good style of storytelling. Not for everyone, obviously. Okay, please don't die when I wake up. Mushroom queers. You know how? Oh, I mean, I guess it's kind of like how, like, there's stereotypes about queer people doing certain things. No, I didn't get the dice I needed. Fuck. This is sad. This is very sad. I only needed to slot in one more Ripper Worm, but I couldn't do anything. And I doubt I'll be able to complete enough drives today on 4 dice. You slip into the cloud, but before you do, you already know that it's too late. You try not to think of Fang buried deep in the waste searching, but then something strange happens. A thread from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hard-line crack of light. Fang did it alone. He cracked their system! You rush to it, cut into it, desperate for news, for reassurance, for anything. The thread flickers and unravels into an image, a scene. 2 figures in a room, one sat and the other pacing. The pacing figure resolves into Hardin, the unmistakable superior posture, and the shock of gray hair. The shock of gray hair. The second figure is restrained, slumped awkwardly in their seat, their head lolling forward into their chest. You know before you look closer that it is Fang. I'll ask again. How'd you gain access to the facility? You flinch. Hardin is questioning Fang. And yet somehow the signal is cutting through. Coming out of the deep place. Not strong enough for anyone to find it, but strong enough for someone who is expecting it. Strong enough for you. Fang lifts his head, a dark bruise shadowing one eye. I just walked in off the street. He grins. Isn't this the Tambler? Hardin barely reacts. I know you're behind the breach in the low end, Fang. And we have your equipment from the bay. Even if I let you go now, Havernage would expel you just for that. He holds his arms. What would your parents think of you now? Giving up all their work. And for what? Some misguided crusade? He smiles. You work in systems, Fang, so I know you know this. The eye cannot survive. It cannot keep spinning. Fang's silence is painful. Is it true? Hardin approaches Fang. How long do you think Havernage should continue to keep people in the dark? Should we wait until the ring stops spinning? Until the air gives out? Fang speaks quietly. Dying here is better than living under corporate control. Hardin raises an eyebrow. What an absurd statement. You are blinded by ideology. Sadly, your sickness is contagious. Havernage is no longer strong, no longer united. No one here believes in Erland's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. He crouches in front of Fang. And the people of this station? Refugees, gangs, specters, all either opportunists or degenerates. This place is a ruin filled with squatters and outlaws. They'll be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles. Hardened stance. Conway will move forward with the reclamation. They will legally claim the Eye as salvage under the Interstellar Salvage Act. Meanwhile, Harenage will assist with the transport of the now illegal residents to Conway housing and labor facilities. Fang spits at him. Traitor! This is what the future looks like, Fang. We cannot relegate the past over and over. We cannot relitigate the past over and over. Just as we cannot lie to those people around the station's ability to support life. And how much do you stand to gain? Fang pulls against his restraints. Stop that, or I'll call security back in to add to your bruises. Hardin goes to leave. This is the future leaving you, Fang. Say goodbye. Fang breaks free from his chair and rushes Hardin, shifting into a blur of anger and fear. The recording freezes and then begins to loop. You freeze for a moment or two. Then you quickly gather the recording, pack it into a polygon of purest light. You rush to the relay, reminding yourself that Fang is in there. That Fang could still be alive. That this recording could have just happened. Could have finished just right now. You lay out scenes in your head of his escape, his rescue, his victory. It only takes a second to place a polygon of data, that recording, into the relay system Fang prepared, and then you watch as it bursts out, a web of threads heading into the black, to every network device on the Eye. You don't have time to think about the panic, about the confusion. Not until the recording is well on its way. Then it hits you. Is the Eye really heading for another collapse? Or is that just another convenient excuse for a man like Hardin to pull his fortune on? True or not, it's out there now, and Hardin and Harenage will have to answer for it. How long will it take before they act? Before they pull Fang out of that place? Your thoughts drift to the people of the Eye. To their lives. Each of them known what it is like to be used, to be discarded, to be overlooked. That's why they came here. You realize now that you are no different than anyone else on this station. In Hardin's eyes. Everybody here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment, they can be named a citizen, celebrated, protected, and in another, the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. That is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer. While the Eye still spins, its people will decide their own future. Icebreaker! I broke plenty of ice. Diminish is a what is it, an ARG? Kind of like Petscop or well, like This House Has People in it? Wait, no, I think This House Has People in it was an Adult Swim thing. What's another one? Mandela Catalog? It's kind of like that, but it takes place in the framework of someone playing a haunted video game, essentially. Well, haunted, maybe not in a literal sense, but haunted by the person who developed it. I've never heard of Petscop either. Petscop is someone made a game to look like a PS1 game and started doing YouTube Let's Plays of it, pretending that it was a game that, like, you know, was from the PS1 era, and has, like, some kind of Been Drowned kind of stuff. Have you heard of Been Drowned? That's a creepypasta about a haunted, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time N64 game cartridge with the soul of a boy in it. Petscop is essentially a haunted monster catching simulator, but it's not a game that's been like released. It's a game that's used as the vehicle to tell the story of Petscop. In the same way Diminish tells the story of Diminish through a brutal precision platformer that was developed by the Let's Players was it a Olympic award-winning sibling who died of cancer. Pretty cool. I kept gender neutral because there is a there's a I forgot what you call those things. There is a theory with some evidence to suggest that the person who made the game may have been a trans masculine person. At least that's what we believe. But of course the story's not over yet. It definitely has its queer gender coding, that's for sure. I really hope Fang doesn't fucking die. That'd be really nice. Alright, Rabia. As you enter Rabia's office, you hear voices. Is that Sabine? You push open the door. Sleeper, what good timing. Rabia calls out as you enter. I want to introduce you to someone. The man is standing at the center of the room, speaking quietly with Rabia. He turns as you come in. Meet Yannick. Sleeper! He nods. Been hearing good things from Rabbi. He smiles an easy smile. Good to meet you. Likewise, likewise. He waves a ringed hand. Now, Rabbi, where were we? Actually, Rabia places a hand on your shoulder. The sleeper was what I wanted to talk to you about. She doesn't spare you a look. What is going on? Okay, well then. Yannick tucks his hands into his pockets. Go on. I'd like to recommend them to be your ward. A tiny pause. They have shown themselves to be a capable ally here on the spoke side. But we have more than enough to run our territories. I hear the main block is proving more difficult. Yannick leans forward slowly. It's a mess, Robbie. He waits, his tinted glasses shimmering despite the lack of light in the unit. I can use them, he suddenly decides. Rabia smiles. Good to hear. I can immediately... Yannick cuts her off with a raised hand. 1 second. He steps one surprisingly light step closer to you. You eager to work, Sleeper? Yes. Yannick nods his head as if listening to music. Okay then. You suddenly are unsure if he's talking to you. That concludes you, Yannick pronounces. Oh. That concludes you, Yannick pronounces. Sleeper can come in the ward anytime they like. You shoot Rabia a confused look. Rabia finally glances at you for a moment, but so fast you almost miss it. Good. I know you'll be happy with their work, Jan. Yannick reaches in and squeezes her shoulder. Sure, Robbie. Now, please, he says, turning to face you. Let us old friends get back to it. He guides Rabia away, leaving you standing alone. You look to Rabia, but she is deep in conversation, and so, stunned and confused, you leave. Well, I got a new job. Oh, fucking Christ. Seriously? I can upgrade to instant karma. Oh no, I can't upgrade to instant karma yet. I need one more upgrade point. I was gonna say, I can upgrade to instant karma when it's too late. That's funny. Yannick's ward. Oh, I can work for him immediately. Yannick's trust. Yannick is a strange character, but he seems to understand the value of hard work. You'll gain his trust with time. I think this is actually my only viable path to making sure that I'm safe when that bounty hunter gets here. Cause I don't trust the bounty hunter who's offering me protection. The massive block at the center of the low end is made up of layers and layers of units. Patrolling this vertical city is a challenge. Wow. Nothing to do there. What's this one? Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion system are rare, but those that do always return to return eventually. It's like, what do I want to focus on? I could use some fungus since I'm starving. I need three Growly mushrooms for Emphius, so I guess I'll do that for now. Since there's nothing needing my attention that's life or death that I can really do anything for right now. Danger. That was good. You find a hidden grove where clouds of spores fizz in the air. You feel energized as you inhale the glittering powder. Oh, so I got energy just for... I photosynthesize. Drizzle should really play this. I think she'd like photosynthesizing. Damn it, I wanted some Grioli. That didn't really work out. What was another thing I can ascend? I need one more Grioli for this, too. This is DLC. They, it's very resource heavy, that quest, so I'm gonna wait a little bit before I try to engage with it, even when I do have the stuff that I can use for it. A rival game jumps you when you aren't looking and delivers retribution from some unknown slight. You land back to safe territory. Oof. They roughed me up a little bit. How about I work a shift at the bar? I guess I'm in a gang now. Well, I mean, I've been in a gang, but it's reached a point where I can't just be like, oh yeah, like, I just work for a gangster, but I'm not in a gang. I'm very in a gang right now. I'm sorry. Oof. Yeah, let's inject some stabilizer. And body repaired. I should wait to let... Fuck it. I'll roll a low die. Why not? It's not like I'll die, right? Awesome energy. A brokered peace between two merchants. A theft between neighbors. A broken promise. A block is exhausting. This is Tamber Tea House. This was the place that, the Fang was jokingly like, oh, this is where I was trying to go. Like, to get drunk and shit. I'll do some express delivery. Delivering the noodles to the nameless units of the low end takes guts. Somehow you find all the units you're supposed to be delivering to, but not without cutting back on yourself multiple times. Got some decent scraps. There's a lot of theory videos breaking down everything. If you're allergic to spookiness, like I am, you're allergic to spookiness, but you watch us play horror games. Fluffbite, I thought joining a gang was an entirely free choice thing, but now you're trying to tell me that crime is mostly motivated by poverty? /S. Yeah, no, very surprising. Poverty creates a whole host of issues. Not just needing to eat and pay rent, but also needing protection. I mean, from cops, which are their own gang. Patrol the block. Factories, restaurants, surgeries, schools. The layers of the block are rich with stories and problems to solve. You're starting to learn them all. Gosh, you could do like a police procedural, but for gangs, set in this thing. Gosh, an actual tabletop RPG for this game would be awesome. I would love that. Almost have all of Yannick's trust. A brokered peace between two merchants, a theft between neighbors, a broken promise. The block is exhausting. Gosh, that little blurb makes me think of like a next time on like anime, like a preview thingy. You almost laugh when you see it. The same small recorder stuck to a different wall this time. Written across the fluorescent tape is a familiar word, sleeper. You grab it quickly. Rabia says sorry. Sabine's voice sparks up again. She says she didn't have time to brief you before setting you up with the old man. I'm sure you've got the play by now. Ernest Tress, work the block. Then we need you to get into his office. It's risky, but obviously you're the only one of us he doesn't already know. Either way, we need to locate the link to SNARP. You hear a shout in the background of the recording. Rabia says be careful. Sabine continues. The data suggests there's some relay, processing the implant data and sending it to SNARP. We can't lock down his position. Either he's moving it, or it's moving itself, or it's rerouting through other relays, and we can't understand it. Maybe you can find some details on it in his office. Once he trusts you, you should be able to get close enough to get into his office. You'll only get one shot. The recording cracks and whines. That's the final piece of the puzzle to end this. Good luck, Sleeper. I'm sorry, too. Be safe. The recording clicks off, leaving you in silence. You pocket the recorder, just in case, and walk away. Looks like it's up to you. I only get one chance, so I should only do it when I have a 5 or a 6 die. I could buy some scrap. Random scrap. Random scrap always comes in handy. I guess I'll search for some mushrooms. Alright. It's not letting me complete... Oh wait, there's a scene. There's a scene somewhere. That's why it's not letting me sleep. Hope it's not bad news. Oh, Fang. Fang limps to the door of the bay to greet you. Above in the rest of the building, people are rushing back and forth, loudly debating, having endless meeting after endless meeting. Having Age crisis has only just begun, it seems. Fang is battered but alive, and pain alone can't dampen his spirits. You should have seen Harden's face when the recording reached his slate. Fang laughs and coughs, then laughs some more. He knew that it was over. It was over. He knew that was it. It was over. What happened to him? Oh, he immediately left. Fang shakes his head. He got in a shuttle and slunk off to the station before the Havernade security that weren't in on it could mount an assault. Left the rest of his crew in a total panic. They surrendered immediately. He rubs his leg. Not before one of them departing concept guys broke my leg, though. I'm sorry I didn't do better. Fang waves the idea away. You did one hell of a job. And you got the recording out. That's what mattered. He points to the ceiling. The people upstairs weren't too happy, though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared. I'm not surprised. Yeah, this whole thing hasn't won me many fans in the administration. But I think in the end they'll agree that Alden Harden was worth it, whatever the methods. He touches a stack of hardware. The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The mass control points that Erlen and Havernade installed, and they kept it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal. But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning that cycle, no. And me and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that. Harden's problem was that he didn't believe in people. He believed in systems and their ability to shape the world around them. Fang squeezes your shoulder. But as far as I'm concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around. Anyway, Fang raps on the side of his terminal. I know you didn't come down here for a lecture. My tracker? I haven't forgotten. He produces a small thumbnail drive. I managed to finish the code solution I showed you. It's a modified Ripper worm, one made to deactivate that tracker of yours. But in the time since I got back, I added something extra. That tracker of yours doesn't just show SNARP where you are. It transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition. My worm won't just deactivate it. It'll edit that data to tell SNARP your body is irreparably damaged. DNR, do not retrieve. He grins widely. Pretty smart, right? That's perfect. Just slot it in already. You take the drive and hold it to your head. Then you close your eyes and open up your access ports. Take down your defenses. The worm immediately enters your closed network. It whips through, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they are gone, you forget they were there before. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it's done. You open your eyes. How do you feel? Aang asks a little nervously. Free. Fang smiles widely. Well, you are free, sleeper. He claps you on the shoulder. Fang lets the word free hang in the air a little before he continues. Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration. Fang wraps his arm around you. Shouldn't steals those, it steals drinks. He laughs, and you join him. And later, when you leave, you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk around the building, you look up on the wide curve of the eye, up at the hub and the other rim beyond it. The whole thing twinkles with lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels, in that moment, like something eternal. That doesn't mean it can, or even should last forever, or that it will never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future, and it's one that you know deeply and truly is worth protecting. Yeah! That makes me so fucking happy. And hopefully I'll never have to worry about not having the dice I need in such a short window again. Because I can re-roll my dice. Oh, I just used my re-roll my dice, but I had no dice. I can only do it once a day, so it's not that bad. I'm actually shocked that Fang can actually remove your tracker. Thorin's playthrough made it seem like there was absolutely no time to get through his quests. I mean, it really depends on your management of time. You have to do a bunch of noodle, deliveries. But, you know, everyone plays differently. What's up with Ethan? The compressor is almost empty when you enter. A couple of scattered patrons in the booths and a lone bartender. The bartender recognizes you immediately when you arrive and nods. You return the greeting. You know already that you won't find Ethan here, but you have to be sure. With your tracker reporting you dead, he wouldn't have stuck around. You look at the empty stool. You look at his empty stool and you smile. You can imagine him when Slate chirps, letting him know that the target he was tracking is dead. You imagine the screaming and swearing too. Is that all you were to Ethan? Another target? Or is there something else going on? It seems like a foolish question to ask now, when you have fled the station, but it bothers you anyway. You take one last look and walk out. You doubt you'll ever come back to this place or the memories it holds. You walk back out into the lights of the bright market and allow yourself a smile. So this is what Fang meant when you said you were free. You get used to this. So my Ethan journey ended very differently than Thorin's. But I'm sure one of us will go that route when playing this eventually, so I don't want to spoil it. Well, I've got no dice. Oh, I guess I won't meet that bounty hunter either then now. Such a shame. Or I guess the thingy's still ticking down, so he might still come. Nope. No ticking down anymore, actually. Okay, I'm gonna climb the spokes. There we go. The node is connected to a remote array and it buzzes as it picks up the drive signatures of the passing ships. Okay, so this has something to do with the ghost shark dog thing that is trying to like kill me. Killer. I'm free. I can explore the hub. Weightless Wanderer. You start to draw connections from the manifest to manifest, noting the patterns and flows. There's something beautiful in the chaos. What's this? Bliss. No way, Moynes. You should take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold them to you. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later, someone who you assume is Moynes drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you out there! The same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Who, me? Everyone in the station is looking for work. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She's floating in the microgravity of the docking bay, beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that, just help me with the casing. Help her. Alright then. She deftly moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift out and up. Then I can get in and unbolted. She whacks the unit with the wrench. The whole thing is twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing from the force. She puts her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them in her other hand. And then they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an explanation. Is this your bay? It is for now, yeah. Whether I like it or not. She looks at you like that should mean something. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggle for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quickly by the bigger bays. So here I am trying to get this M2 unit running again out of one of the freelance tugs. Small time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat, and maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quiets it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. Almost out of luck. Need some help? I appreciate it. Let me finish before you jump, though. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are! Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and out it comes, clutching a lumpen cube. Scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out of the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound, its edges fringed with more scorch marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? Where's that? Bliss is already elbow deep in the unit again. You'll see it. She waves you away. You kick away from the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sit secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design. Or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. What did she say? Look. Grab me a replacement converter. Is there anything else they'll tell me? Because there's two converters. There's an M2 and an F4. M2. She's trying to get this M2 unit running. M2 converter. You grab the part and push it back into the unit. Bliss holds out an arm and you pass it over, the converter spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect, you passed. She straightens up from the unit. That is, if you want to work here. She rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palms. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Moynes. I'll be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, she looks nervous. Embarrassed. We need chits. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We be partners, straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off into the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. She manages a smile. I get it. Thanks. She meets your eye. I appreciate it. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money, or you find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slide it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this up for now. But if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away from the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave. As you do, someone slips back in. You hear Bliss on the glide down the passageway. Moins, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean! You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. New job discovered. Help Bliss compete. Bliss needs investment and hard work to turn her repair bay around. Could you be her business partner? Let's do a reroll. Nice. I can buy a special meal. You just need 100. That's probably not too bad. And let's figure out the rest of this place. Hello, we just got home from work. Leah wanted me to pull your stream up while I do the federal student aid application form we've been procrastinating for a bit too long. Hope you all are well. Oh, okay. Well, I hope work wasn't too strenuous, and good luck on the financial aid application. Ooh, I do not miss being a student. Let's descend. I got one more die to do something with. Oh, I have a sits. I can use this to do the Yannick quest. Yannick has asked you to collect his medicine from his office. Now is the only chance to find that SNARP relay. 100% positive. I cannot fail. I'm not allowed. So, let's figure out just how much of a traitor this guy is. Low end, Ramshackle Residential District. You look at the countermeasure on the drawer. It looks like some kind of shock trap. If you'd grab the drawer, you likely have thousands of volts running through your systems right now. You wince. Once you find the anchor points, it comes away easily enough. You praise it from the drawer quickly and quietly. Then listen for footsteps in the corridor outside. Nothing. All clear for now. You slide the drawer open, looking for other countermeasures that might be inside, expecting to see a chunk of tech, the relay. But as you slip it open, all you see is a handful of wires and an empty implant cradle. Is this some kind of mistake? You freeze for a moment and unsure what to do next. Why keep an implant cradle so carefully guarded? You remember Yannick having an implant, a small plate at the side of his head, just above his ear. You assumed it was for hearing or vision. Those shimmering glasses of his come back to you in your memory. His strange movements, his speech. You look again at the cradle and there it is. Printed on the frame. Proprietary technology, property of SNARP. Rabia said the relay moved. That they couldn't get a fix on it. What if Yannick was the relay? The thought hit you like a shock. Yannick with a remote relay implanted in his head, networked to every single implanted enforcer in the low end. A shudder runs through you. Is he even in control? Or has SNARP wormed its way into the man? Could he even be considered separate from the corporation itself? You think of your own legal status as proprietary technology. A puppet with cut strings. Time to cut Yannick's strings then. You reach around inside the cradle and find it. A remote connection. A tiny bead of a transmitter, likely controlling a link to SNARP. There it is. You pause for a moment, then you squeeze it. Snap it from the frame and it crumples, sparks, and dies. It takes a moment before the shouts come, before the scream. You're already on your way out, down the corridor, down through the unit that serves as the lobby to Yannick's office. Then, out until the walkway through Yannick lies still, and forces gathered around him. Bemused. Approach. I approach and push through the crowd, and there he is, still crumpled. You arrange him a little, lie him down properly, feeling how thin his body is under his suit. You wonder how long he's been like this, a puppet of SNARP. With the connection cut, nothing remains but his body, which means that Yannick the man was gone a long time before now. You place a hand on his chest. You're sorry for him, but it's done now, and you did not kill this man. You've seen enough. The connection is cut, and whatever Yannick was, or had become, is gone. Your anger is a hard core in your chest, and all of its focus on SNARP. So, you don't have to be a sleeper to be turned into a tool. Robbed of your humanity. And dignity. The aftermath. The Lowen is wild with stories about Yannick's death. You're still waiting for Rabia to get in touch, but you trust that she will. Well, that's enough excitement for one day. It's actually nice enough outside that I can open up my window. To better hear my parents coming home, rolling on the floor laughing. As secretive as Light Yagami. Oh my god, that might be a cool idea. Instead of the Death Note, the Death Stream. Might have to workshop it a little bit. Farm stacks. Barter for food? The farming collective who control the stacks don't like to sell their food piecemeal, but for the right price, they'll let it go. Oh, it just gave me energy. Working the stacks gives me that. There's loads of food here. Why should these farmers keep it to themselves? If you do it quickly, they might not even notice it's gone. No way to fail. Thief. If you get caught stealing, there's no way you'll be able to work in the stacks. It's as simple as that. Yay, I just stole food. Like, watch streaming, you'll die? I was thinking more, if you watch stream enough, one of the rewards is you can have someone killed. What do I need for the derelict apartment again? Nothing that I have. With all the materials, the unit now needs ceiling section by section to be usable. It's a laborious task, but the outcome is worth it. Oh, I just have to do it. That's gonna take a while. I'll use my last die to work. I guess I'm working on domesticity right now. Mushroom cultivation, fixing up my new apartment, that sort of thing. Ah, I think an idea like that already exists. Red Room stories from the deep web, basically. Still an untapped market, actually. It might be cool. Especially as a ARG. That's what I'm thinking of in the realm of. Tala comes to you on shift. When the bar is empty, tapping you on the shoulder as you clear the bar. It's ready. She's grinning from ear to ear. Can I try? Obviously. She grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything else and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now, the newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tala has already pulled up a couple of stools around the metal crate, where two glasses with a few fingers of pale grioli inside sit waiting. She smiles. I haven't tried it yet. You can see she's nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, the slight strangeness of the situation making you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. Cheers! She smiles solemnly and knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning, a sharp nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame cueing whether you should like to activate safe mode. Gosh. Makes me want to be synthetic so bad. Behind that burn, you taste earthly tones of mushrooms, the wood and soil left behind like sediment, barely there. That's strong! Tala nods vigorously. Woof, that was heavy. Has promise though? You think? She swirls a glass and puts it down. Wait, I have an idea! Tala grabs a metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water into the grioli. Try again? This time the burn is a warming glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness less heavy. You taste something floral in among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you've never expected to find. Both you and Tala eyes meet. It's really good! Right? It is. Tala grins with her full face, and that makes you smile too. Tala pours out some more grioli and then adds some more water. The action's already taking on the quality of a ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks her feet up beneath her on the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into her glass and swirls the liquid thoughtfully. What's on your mind? Tala looks up at nothing in particular. My father opened this place, you know? She says out of nowhere, a thought suddenly becoming words. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family. When we got to the eye. You are refugees? From Shinza, yeah. It's one of Ember's lesser moons. She takes a drink. I don't remember much. I was only tiny when we came. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Badian, but he was afraid it'd scare off the customers, so he kind of translated it, hence the Overlook. And these past few cycles, when I've been in here, I've been thinking that I should rename this place. She looks at you. The Badian. What do you think? What does it mean? Dad said he translated it to Overlook, so something like that. Watchtower, maybe? Lookout. Tala picks up the glass. That settles it then. To the Badian! You both clink your glasses and drink up. Tala hisses through her teeth. Still harsh. Suddenly, she grabs your shoulder. Oh, sleeper! I totally forgot! She stumbles to her feet. She clutches She lurches over to the corner of the room, cover it with a plastic sheet, then whips it off like a magician performing a trick. Beneath it is a neat little kitchen, a sink, a little surface, and a compact oven with a hob. Your kitchen! She doesn't give you time to respond. You come make stuff here anytime, and as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm, I need those for the grioli. I was thinking too, if these things pick up, we can start serving proper food at the the Body Inn. Do you like it? Thank you. Tala gives you a hug, then quickly stands back. I'm sorry, I'm so glad you're here. Me too. As Tala tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking that it all works. It's small and salvage, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back through to the bar, and you share a glass of the good old grioli. The one she didn't distill. And this time, you talk about nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars or discussing the best place to eat on the eye, which, after everything that's happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to look for Tala and agree to let her know which shifts you'll be working in the coming cycles, and then slip out into the cool of the rotunda. In this moment, you feel, for once, at home. Huh. Got a great point. Gosh, it'd be so easy to like end here for this play, but I'll finish the day out at least. I can cook mushroom caps, or I can cook grioli caps, but it still doesn't get me either of those things. Fuck it. I can sell a ship mind, and that'll get me the startup money that I need. And hopefully I'll be able to make enough money to get another one later. Paz takes the ship mine and thanks you. The stack of chits she hands you is certainly welcome. I was saving it for a different mission because someone needs a ship mine for their actual ship, but I think by engaging with Bliss's quest earlier, I'll be able to make more money than I am doing odd jobs. Oh, I can rent a capsule. I think that's where I'm gonna sleep tonight. A scam or an opportunity? Bliss seems solid enough, and this might be your best chance to get in on the hub's repair trade. Bliss is incredibly grateful. I'll pay you back every chit, I promise you. You guess you two are partners now. Bliss's Bay. Bliss is bidding on jobs at the hub. It'll take a few cycles and some perseverance before one comes in. Okay. Key shell capsules. So I'm building an apartment, but also I can rent one here. The only place to sleep on the hub. Hacked off of a colony ship and welded to the ring. They're surprisingly expensive to rent. You hand over your chits and get a passkey to capsule 0451. Time to find which of the identical bursts is yours. I think that space is what inspired something that Fantasia and a few of my other headmates are writing about in their science fiction story. Kind of taking that concept of like capsule living that is well, I want to say popular in Japan. There's an industry for it in Japan. As far as I know, there's not industry for it in America. Like, not even just one-room apartments, but like a bed, essentially, and like stacked on top of each other. And there's even like, okay, so in Ready Player One, it's like this dystopic future, and there's like a bunch of like apartment communities, kind of akin a little bit to trailer parks, called the Stacks. They're literally reconstructed storage containers used as apartments. And with population growth and stuff like that, a lot of poor communities are like that. Um, which I guess borrows a little bit from some real world stuff because storage containers are being used to create apartment complexes, but they are, or sometimes just like these kind of single room homes, and they're supposed to be this like uh, expensive but like low carbon footprint ass thing, right? And it's a way to spin it so that these like very small, cramped homes can be positioned as housing that makes you a good person. Um, and like, I don't know, it's really cool for dystopia, I think. Let's see. What do I want to do today? I think I still want mushrooms. Mushroom grows. Okay, just need one more. Yes! I got lucky. Okay, so I'm moving forward on a quest that I haven't been able to poke at this entire stream because I didn't have any of the caps. Where is it? Infamous's stall. Here you go. Emphasis wants to make his own recipe. He'll need 3 handfuls of Grioli caps, fresh and firm. Here you go. And that's on a timer now. Ephemius is working on gathering the ingredients and preparing the mushrooms. He doesn't like to rush these things. Okay, so we have a number of timers going off. We got that one going. Rabia's office needs 2 more days before they decide what they're gonna do. Since nothing's super cray today. Oh, I can also use these for fruiting bodies. Rico needs mushrooms grown in the aviary to study. She'll accept Grioli caps, but Masatake caps are better. Maybe I should wait on a full day for— oh wait, I can reroll. Reroll. Alright. Forage for mushrooms. Working on something a little bit nicer. Still don't have anything to hack that yet. Yeah, just some nice digital pickpocketing real quick. Time to ascend. Alright. Here's my new apartment. I guess I could have sunbathed, but I have full energy. So that's good. Time since last autosave. 16 seconds. Alright, let's end this cycle. I'll need to work on getting a new thingy soon. Whoa, those lights are so pretty. I'm the yellow one, apparently. Uh, is there a save button? I think it's just all autosaves. But yeah. That's it for today's play of Citizen Sleeper. Hopefully next time I'll finish. But who knows? There's actually, depending on which pass you go, you can get credits to roll during your playthrough multiple times. So I might get multiple like endings. I guess we'll just have to see. There's a saving. Alright. Booyah. Whew. Oh, huh. Icebreaker. Crack the toughest security system on the eye. I got that today, which means that when Thorn played, Thorn did not get that. Cool. I'm a better hacker than Thorn. Yep, I'm gonna take a break. Interesting choice, the credits thing. Oh yeah, it's not as confusing as say what was it, Signalis is with its credits rolling before the end of your game thing. But it does it for completely different reasons. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break, and when I come back, I'll play some Cult of the Lamb, I think. I'll probably try to just make the break 30 minutes, but, you know, sometimes that doesn't happen, and that's okay. If folks head out for the day, thank you for being here. In the meantime, in between time, as always, at least for now, our break screen is just some nice games to be sad and chill to. Um, See you soon, I hope. And also, as just so you know, Drizzle should be on Leaf stream tonight playing Ace Attorney if you want more voice acting action. Anywho, please take care of yourselves. Thanks for being around. Your life will be filled with happiness and sadness. And you deserve something.